Yes guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be covering a topic which I get asked quite a lot on the pitch and also in the gym, and that's how I manage to balance my time around rugby and powerlifting. I'm going to be explaining in today's video how you can progress in both sports even though they seem quite far apart, and I'll show you kind of the correlations between the two sports and how you can ultimately progress in both. So yeah, please stick around and hopefully you'll find this video useful. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and also make sure to subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it, guys. First off, we need to understand the differences between rugby and powerlifting. Rugby is all about having speed, explosiveness, and lots of dynamic power, whereas powerlifting is more so focused on just raw power and being able to sight that in on your three main lifts, which are the bench press, the squat, and the deadlift. In terms of these two kind of translating, they do, and it's important that when we look at our training, we want to make sure that we're kind of adjusting our training cycle and adjusting our programming so that we have not only just the raw strength of power within the compound lifts, but also some form of accessory movements that help to benefit our abilities on the rugby pitch. So the question is, how do I make both of these sports work for me? So for me, it all revolves around how I schedule my week and how I use my time. So the key for me and how I've made both of them work for me is how I structure my training. So for me, I like to look at my rugby training and then base my powerlifting training off of that. So for my rugby training, at the moment, I'm training with my university team on a Monday and a Friday typically. And then I'll usually be playing games on a Wednesday. So from that, I'll look to base my powerlifting training off of that. So at the moment, my programming has me in the gym 4 times a week. So on a Monday, I'll look to do my heavy squats and my heavy bench press at the start of the week. Then on Tuesday, I'll do heavy deadlifts and some lighter bench press. Wednesday, I'll have my game time, so there'll be no time for me in the gym. And then typically I like to go in the gym on a Thursday to hit my lighter squats and lighter bench as well, just to kind of, get the legs going again after a hard game on Wednesday. So it helps to aid with my recovery as well. And then typically either Friday or Saturday, I'll hit my last session, which is my secondary deadlifts and my tertiary bench. So then I have the whole weekend to rest, recover, and get ready for the next week. Potentially, sometimes I'll be playing club rugby on a Saturday or county rugby on a Sunday, depending on my schedule. So it does kind of allow that time window there for a bit of extra rugby, need be, or a bit of extra fitness, depending on how my week's looking. But that way, I'm going to be nice and fresh for the gym starting on Monday and not too over-fatigued from the rugby that I've played on the weekend or during the week. The next big thing is how I balance my recovery between two sports. Now, with doing two sports, there's going to be double the amount of recovery that needs to go on. So I prioritize a bunch of things. The first thing I prioritize is my sleep. I want to try and get 7 to 9 hours of sleep daily. This helps with muscle growth and support, and also just keeps me in the right state of mind going to the next day of training. Next, I want to make sure that my nutrition is on point as best as it can be. I'm looking to prioritize my protein to help with that muscle growth and repair. And then I'm also looking to make sure that if I need to take an extra rest day, I'm listening to my body and taking that extra rest day. Because I'd rather take an extra rest day and, just slow my progress very minimally and then look to advance the next day rather than potentially put myself at risk of sustaining some injuries. Another thing in terms of recovery is keeping it active. For me, after a game day of rugby, I like to go out for a walk just to keep the body moving, get some fresh air, and clear my head as well. And I use it as a time to reflect as well on my performance and look at what I can do to get better. I also like to do a bit of stretching as well if I'm feeling particularly sore. This way, it helps me feel fresh going into the next training session. Next, let's have a look at nutrition. As a rugby player and a powerlifter, it's really important for me to make sure that I have my protein goals set and I hit them consistently. This way I'm able to grow and put on plenty of muscle, and it keeps me feeling nice and strong. Next, which is quite important, is also carb sources. Being on a rugby field, potentially for 80 minutes, I need to make sure that I have plenty of energy for when I'm playing on game days. So by consuming the right carbohydrates, I ensure that I get those energy sources that help me stay fueled on the pitch. And then finally, it's important for me, especially being a bigger athlete, is making sure that I stay hydrated, because when I'm on the pitch, or even when I'm in the gym, sometimes I'm sweating quite a lot, and I need to make sure that I'm recovering and rehydrating, making sure that my potassium levels are staying high and I'm not getting too dehydrated. This makes sure that I'm not going to be getting cramps on the field and keeps me performing better for longer. So for me to sum it up as a whole, in order to balance powerlifting and rugby, I really need to make sure that I'm prioritizing my nutrition, looking to enable myself to have the best recovery possible, and then also looking to maximize and make my programming efficient based on the week that I have. This way, it allows me to hit my goals in the gym and on the field, but also stay in the best physical shape possible. If you're trying to do both sports, I'd recommend that you don't look to overthink the process. Look to maintain your strength and then push on from there. Don't always look to push too hard, because you want to make sustainable progress within both sports, and you want to see the best results on the pitch and in the gym. So yeah guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful as well. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And also guys, make sure you subscribe as well, so the next time I post, you'll get notified. And yeah, hope you guys take care, and thank you.